as we head forward into rookie camp and all the other good camps, training camp, all the camps, there is a lot of things kind of going around right now. We did get asked in the comment section to make the best available remaining cornerback options for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think there's a few guys' names that pop up that I'm like, this could work. This could work. And I think it is a lot of fun when you consider all the fact that, hey, they've got Rocky Ya-Sin, Anthony Averett, all these young guys on the back end there, Nate Hobbs, Trayvon Moehrig, like a couple of leaders, even a guy that could contribute and still do a little something, that could go a long way. So I think there's a lot that you got to consider. Starting with cornerback option number 1, James Bradberry. Now, the guy is coming off a year in which, like, it was a down year for him, which is like a 68.2 PFF grade. And honestly, I do put a little bit on the Giants, but also he'd be reuniting with Patrick Graham. Listen, I do think that a new face, a new scenery with the Raiders would do him some good. And I know he just played with Patrick Graham, but I don't care. I think he's a guy that, honestly, you would really want to just see what you could do to get those guys together. And I think there's a lot you can salvage with a guy like James Bradberry. You talk about a guy that, did make the Pro Bowl back in 2020 and is a guy that I do think does have a lot going for him. So I do think if you look at here, the last 3 sacks, there was a 3-year stretch where you were like, okay, this guy could just see him continue to get better. Is that guy that I think is that perfect size, 6'1", 6'2", runs a 4.5, and I think he's still got a lot left in the tank. I think you might be able to get him for relatively cheap as well because he did just get released by the Giants. But on the flip side, there's also the possibility, you couldn't. He could be looking for big-time money. Probably, I think Spot Rack estimates his what he could get is like something like $12 million. I don't know if I agree with that, but it would be interesting to find out. Cornerback number 2, I think, is Xavier Rhodes. I know Vikings fans might be a little bit triggered by this, but Xavier Rhodes did have a couple of nice back-to-back seasons for the Colts. Obviously, this last year wasn't as great as the year before that, but I do think there's still something to salvage here. He is a guy that, honestly, he's still got a little something left in the tank. He is not the Xavier Rhodes of old, roads closed, all that good stuff, but I do think he is a guy that can come in and teach these young guys. I think that's honestly what you're missing out of this corner room. You're missing a guy that can come in, teach the young guys how to play the game, a couple of pointers. Doesn't need to be a guy that is a shutdown corner, because I think you can revive a lot of guys' careers like Rocky Ya-Sin, all those guys, and Trayvon Mullen, if they could stay healthy. Like, this could be something special. If Trayvon Mullen gets healthy and gets some good, solid teaching, man, he could definitely bounce back and do a lot of good things for him. So when you take a look at a guy like Xavier Rhodes, has done a lot of good things in the NFL. Again, hasn't been great over the last couple of years, but last couple of years with the Vikings. But that's Trey Wayne's. That was our number 3. Oh, great. But here we'll go. We run to number 3. But anyway, here is a guy like Xavier Rhodes, and I do think that he's a guy that honestly would make a lot of sense just from a teaching perspective, and he could do a lot for the Raiders. Obviously, number 3 is Trey Wayne's when we talk about corners. I know, back-to-back Vikings corners. I know it might be a little bit hard for some of you guys to hear that, but Trey Wayne's is a guy. He's got the size. He's got the speed. He's only going to be 29. You might be able to get something solid out of Trey Waynes for a year or two, like for real. Like he's kind of in a situation now where he was injured with the Bengals. Did a lot of good things with the Vikings for a range there, but then got paid. Got absolutely paid. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but hey, you got to give nothing but love and respect for the guy because he did get that cash. And I do think if you are trying to improve this secondary, it comes down to the fact that you want to get guys back there that will be the best case scenario, that will be able to teach your current talent. Again, I don't think you need to bring in all these guys that are, those guys that are is an all-pro. It would be nice, yes, but I think for what the Raiders are specifically trying to do, I think it would be smart to bring in teachers, bring in that leadership. I think that would be the best case moving forward. That way you don't got to spend $20 million on a number 1 corner. Also, you don't got to spend a first round, second round, third round draft pick. But overall, those are some options, and I think that is it for our top 3 remaining cornerback options for the Las Vegas Raiders. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other options out there, but I think those 3 guys are it. And I think at the end of the day, the Raiders, it would be smart to bring in a veteran corner that can teach some of this younger talent and try to get the most out of it. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our top 3 remaining cornerback options for the Las Vegas Raiders.